All right. Should be working now. Well, anyways, I am happy to finally be here. I am happy to finally do this. I know we talked about this some time ago. When it came to doing the stream, we did it for Cobra Kai, which felt like over. It
Oh yeah,
feels
we
like a long, long
did.
time. Totally for
Ah,
yeah. I was just remembering it when I asked you guys. I was like, yeah, that was a fun time. So we got to do that
When I
again.
was thinking about it a little bit ago, I was like, what was the last thing we talked about? I
Nah,
was like,
yeah.
this. What were we talking about the last time we got together? I was like completely forgot what it was.
It's been a while, but the great thing is both of these shows have so much hype around it. So anytime we talk about it, doesn't matter what time of the year, it's always entertaining. All these characters, they're entertaining to watch. Each show, both Cobra Kai and Stranger Things, both pull us in. So I am glad that we're doing a talk for this because we were discussing if we wanted to do it for Volume One, if we were going to do it for Volume Two. Now that we're finally here with Volume Two, I'm glad. And everyone's seen it, so we don't got to worry about spoilers. I'm excited for that.
Hell
Uh,
yeah.
Obviously, people in the chat, we are not going to be shy when it comes to spoilers, so do not like we're going all out. So I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, it's in the title, so beware. That's my only warning. But yeah, there's a lot to talk about considering that this is a 9 episode season, which doesn't seem like a lot, but when each episode is like an hour and a half, I mean,
mhm.
it's definitely it's saying something. But it's gonna be fun to just dive into it. So do you guys have anything you want to talk about specifically when it comes to this show? Because I
I
want
feel
to
like
know.
I feel like you're gonna have to ask me questions because once
Nah,
I
yeah, for
start
sure.
rambling, it's gonna be like it's a ramble fest.
Okay, should we start off with the latest comment by Keyshawn, which is R.I.P. to Eddie.
God damn
Let it soak in, man.
it. Yeah, it still hurts. I was really
Nah,
hoping that we were going to break that trope that they've kind of built in maybe this one time, but it also was just really well earned
yeah,
this time versus the previous ones too. Yeah, I'd say Bob's was a
that
pretty
hurt.
solid go out
I did like
too,
that they
but
included him a little bit here, like when we had that scene where the Demogorgon is in like the little laundry room,
mhm,
going, eating one of the guards. We see flashbacks to Bob,
yeah,
and
Yeah.
obviously, I mean, right there, that was just a punch in the gut, considering that he quickly became a fan favorite, even with the short amount of time he was in the show. And I did like that they, kind of showed a little bit of that, but it was sad, But Eddie definitely went out like a champ, like fan favorite for sure. Have you heard any of the theories on him?
Yeah, I was about to bring that up actually.
Yeah.
It's, it's
I know
all
that
like
there
all
are
over TikTok.
theories, but I don't know what they are.
All right.
I've seen people talking about how Eddie could be alive, and I'm
Yeah.
just like I haven't
This is
dove
one
down those
I've heard.
rabbit holes.
So Matthew, correct me if this isn't one that you've heard. Feel free to talk about the other one. Someone asked, "Will Eddie come back?" Well, this is what I've heard. So I guess in the D&D universe or the lore, I know nothing about it. So correct me if I'm wrong. There's the main guy Vecna, if you will, or whatever, and he has like some guy like a right hand who's like a vampire or something, vampire king, vampire guard. I don't know.
Mhm.
So I guess the rumor is that Eddie will come back as that. I mean, he has tattoos of bats on his arms. There's rumors or theories that he'll come back as some type of vampire, right hand to the person in charge of the Upside Down, which sounds a little crazy to me. But if you watch those videos, they sound a little more compelling than what I'm saying because I just
Well, the
you
the
know
name the name too is eludes me right now, but like, it is a specific character, and what actually leads me to believing that theory is that if you go back to the first episode in Volume One, or where they showed Erica painting her miniature, she was painting the miniature of the same exact character that we're talking about right now.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that is why I feel like the Duffer Bros, they don't put stuff
but
in
that
there for like no
That's the
reason.
Also,
thing. I want to believe that, but there was also a scene where earlier in the season where I don't know if they're going to touch up on season 5, but it had Will's birthday in the corner of the camera, the
Did you
video.
hear them explain that whole thing though
No, I
concerning Will's
didn't.
birthday?
No.
They basically apologized to fans and was like, "Hey, we're sorry for like overlooking my man's birthday." Like they were actually thinking of going back and like re-editing it and getting
Really?
Winona to come back and redo a scene to reference the birthday, and they were like, no. So I think
Yeah,
they mentioned
honestly,
in the
thematically, it fits in to the narrative of everything else that's going on for Will to just be forgotten. Like, it just kind of makes
it
all
makes
of those
sense.
scenes a little extra painful.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. I'm like, there's no way they put this in on accident. Everyone's telling me, yeah, they apologized for it and everything, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no way, no, I refuse to believe that out of 365 days, they put the one day that happened to be important that they've actually mentioned in the show. You know,
Coincidences are weird like that. Dude.
Yeah, it really threw me off though. I'm not gonna lie.
They did mention, I don't know if you're gonna bring it up, but I guess we're here now. But they did mention that I think the next season's gonna focus more on like the lore of the actual like plot, which I'm very excited about. I really have a lot of questions concerning like their abilities, Vecna's ability, or Henry, or one, whatever, or Henry / Vecna / one. So I have so many questions. Like, you know, how many rules or how many things from D&D or class D&D are they taking over to put in this? So I'm interested to see what they do with that.
Vecna is a necromancer and the god of the undead. So that's another thing. I was like, how many people have we seen actually die in the Upside Down? Like, what happens if you die? Because Henry got shot by lightning bolts and was like, I'm fine.
It was torn apart, yeah, for
He
sure.
was like, I'm okay.
Yeah, one thing I did like
I'm not gonna die today.
Nah, yeah, I mean, it's what's the line from Kenobi where it's like revenge is the strongest motivation or to keep you alive or something crazy like that.
It's a funnier one because Game of Thrones. What do we say to the God of Death?
Oh yeah, not today. No, it's fire. You guys excited for House of the Dragon?
Oh, dude, that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah,
right
yeah. We'll take that some other time. No, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was interested with the last episode how they did show a lot of the different stuff from the Upside Down. Even that one little scene where we see Henry just walking above, in the Upside Down, and we see the Demogorgon from afar, just wandering. Just the little things like that was just so awesome to see.
And it's just barren. It's not.
It was empty.
It's not a mirror world.
Yeah,
that comes later.
Oh man, it's gonna be so cool to see how they end up pulling it together or having it work.
That's interesting though, because I didn't actually even see it that way for a while. I just kind of saw it as like, okay, maybe he was in a different part of somewhere in the world that's just that this is the Upside Down version of.
And also,
I didn't know.
I don't know if it was just me, but the Demogorgon there, he didn't even look aggressive, did he? Like he was just wandering about.
He was like
chill. Was chilling.
Nah, chilling. The man, like he didn't look like he didn't pay him attention at all.
He's like Korg, like, what's up, man?
I can't remember. I mentioned that because, like he said, this is the world, where predators rule or whatever. And I was like, unless you're imposing on territory or anything like that, let's say that thing ate, it's not going to attack. Like, if it's not just going to jump out of nowhere if it's not for survival, like if you're not threatening it or if it's not hungry, it's not going to attack. But we've seen these things definitely break that rule post Henry.
Nah, yeah.
So when he grabs the mind flayer, this thing that we learned is either forcefully or somehow put into all of these creatures so that he can be the master of puppets over this entire world. He's just kind of like forcing them to act outside of their norm for the will hypocritically that he's trying to enforce on ours. Like he's trying to restore his version of some kind of natural order on our world or whatever.
Yeah, the dude's nuts. Somebody in the comment section said, somebody said, how would all three of you feel if they gave Max and Will powers as well and had 11 train them?
Yeah, no, I'm okay. I want them to like use their happenstances, like their situations, in a way that works in the story. Just giving them outright powers
is crazy.
It's a little weird because that just feels a little convenient.
Yeah.
But from Will's ability to sense and glean into Vecna's mind,
they can make that important. Yeah,
they can bring that back from season 2 where he can feel it. And
we saw that in the last episode a little bit.
Yeah, and he's talking about, I know how he thinks, I can feel what he's thinking. Like he knows what that feeling was now. So he can use that. He can be the spy, maybe successfully this time,
Yeah.
when that didn't actually work in season 2. And
Yeah, we
then
saw that Phantom
Max
Menace.
theoretically is behind enemy lines.
Yeah, how do you think that's gonna play out? Because that was terrible, man. Like her, in the hospital bed. After seeing her bones break, I was just like, okay, what are they doing? And then just seeing Lucas holding her and
Oh god, that
great
scene.
acting, by the way. But I mean, I was
Yeah.
I was like, oh
I
my
was
god.
done. I was so freaking done with
I
that.
was
Like I was so hurt.
Nah, yeah, I was already in like shock from what was going on with Eddie. So them piling that on top of me, I was
Yeah,
just
man.
I couldn't even really react
It was
to it. I
mad
was just
ugly.
like,
That's what it was.
yeah, it was crazy.
Dude, I
It was
ugly
crazy.
cried all through Eddie. So by the time we pan back and like Max is going down, I'm just like in disbelief.
Yeah.
And then I get pissed when the bell starts tolling, and I was like, "That fucking counted? What?"
I
like,
know.
right?
Yo, and then
You punk.
and then with Jason, I mean, we see his body get torn apart during that whole scene.
Oh my
I
god!
know.
did
So many people
Melted.
didn't react to that. Nobody cared about that scene. I
No,
swear.
but
Oh,
the
dude,
thing
I
is,
did. I was
too,
like, "Oh."
no, I didn't. I didn't even.
Oh.
To be fair, when I first saw it, I didn't even notice that was Jake. I didn't even see it. Like I only noticed it because I rewatched it.
Yeah.
Sadly or painfully, rewatched it the same night with my sister just to see her reaction. And like, it was only that point when I noticed the whole thing with Pastor Jason, as I like to call him. And the thing with him that the thing with him that pissed me off so much is that I felt like that was like he should have had an actual moment of like realization and torture, like instead of just getting split in half. That's too easy.
Nah, yeah.
Like that's just so quick. Like to me, that's not. Like,
Yeah, specifically with him being a
That's
pain
not
in the
good.
ass the entire season. To see that just happen,
the whole
I was
season.
confused. That like it happened so fast, and I noticed it right away. But I was just like, no way, they just managed, to do that. Someone said number 10 is Eddie. We did see number 10. Someone said we haven't got number 10. We did. I'm pretty sure he was like in the opening of season 4. He was the one who
I've
Pablo
seen
was
that.
with.
I've seen that theory.
Yeah,
that-
he was in the the beginning. We saw him die, didn't we? I mean, I'm sure we did.
It's implied
Yeah,
that 11's the only survivor. I mean, we have
her sister or
4,
whatever.
5 years
Yeah,
where she's the only person in the facility. Because that's one thing that people didn't get with the time period there. Between 79 and 83, it's just 11 and Brenner, which we
Okay.
know about. That
What
nobody
happened
else
to
was
the
in
other
there.
chick? Season 3. Season 2.
She escaped before 79, so she was already busted out because Vecna or Henry mentions that you've been this way
no,
since
sorry.
8
We're
since 8
specifically
left.
talking about the facility.
Right.
Okay.
Well, you're
Right.
talking about the girl that 11 found in season 2, the one that
Yeah.
had like the whole 80s gang or whatever. It
Yeah.
was. Yeah. Well, she's out doing her own thing. She never got caught, right?
Yeah, she broke out before
Okay.
the Henry stuff happened. So before the flashbacks we get in this, she had already escaped using her illusion powers, which is weird to me. I'm just thinking about this. A little weird to me because they kind of like with her made me kind of think like, do they all have like a different speciality? Because she can't force push people, but she can create illusions. But
Yeah,
then
see, I thought
we
that was
come
cool,
back
yeah.
and everybody else just seems to be a copy of one another now. So I'm wondering if that was maybe they changed directions on that
I
at
feel
one
like
point.
I feel like it could have been a retcon, or maybe it's a detail because they forgot Will's birthday. So I'm pretty sure.
I'm over here thinking
I'm
every
pretty sure they
little
forgot.
detail matters, and it's clear that that's not the case anymore.
I mean, it's like it reminds me of like a panel that I saw for World of Warcraft one time. This one guy, because like there's I don't know how many of you guys do MMOs, but there's some MMOs that are like really like focused on story and they're really good at every single detail. And there was one specific thing that was really huge in World of Warcraft. It was just in their face. And the guy was like, no, like, what is this? What does this have to do with anything? And they like took the time to color it and everything. And then when he brought it to the panel, and he was like, can you guys explain what this is? Because no one knows what this is. And then the guys looking at it, they were like, huh, what is that? They had no idea that they wrote that in the story. So I would not put it against them to forget little details. They're like creators do that, and these directors do that all the time.
Dude, if we
Nah,
want to talk
yeah.
about people not remembering anything about the stuff they wrote, Akira Toriyama and anything Dragon Ball related.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm like,
he forgets things all. It's like, admittedly, had to get editors to keep track of things for him because he would just it got to a point where he's just forgetting all kinds of stuff.
I feel like
That's the mangaka lifestyle, though.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same thing with Naruto. These guys just like create stuff week by week, and they're just like, all right, I have no idea where this story's gonna go. I'm just gonna
wing it.
And like they just wing it. Like I don't know how Naruto has gotten to the point where we're at right now.
No, I just like that with certain shows. People will always praise, oh, like don't like doubt this show because every little detail matters, and then we get moments.
Now, this is an Attack on Titan,
but
no, it's not Attack on Titan.
Because like that, you can tell there's no way they didn't have that roadmap. Like it, because you can watch it back from the beginning if you're caught up, and you're just like,
holy
there's
crap.
so much already here. But like with this, like it's just like they just built off of this one thing, and the thing is, like, you can fake it really well as long as you're careful about what you're building off of and what you recall. So like it just all comes together so well in the end because they don't step on a lot of their tracks.
Yeah, so thank you, Juan. But the real question that we all want to answer is 11 versus Darth Vader.
Sorry, Vader would wreck shop
Vader.
right there.
It depends on the rules, though. Like, does 11 exist in a world where the Force is a thing?
Like if she was trained in the
well, I mean, like, does the Force apply? Because like,
okay,
you know, the Star Wars is a whole different.
We'll give them both. We'll give them both their magic sets, and she'll just be dead. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, Darth Vader, I mean, come on. I mean,
you'd have.
Look what he did to the younglings, okay?
No.
Like, and they were trained Padawan. Like, 11 barely got any training out in the street.
So what do you guys
say? She struggled with the helicopter a little bit, and Vader.
She did.
You saw Vader with that whole entire like.
Yeah, Vader was just like. Yeah. He was like, no.
Oh,
literally
man.
yeeted that jet. It was like, you're not going anywhere.
Oh
man.
What do you guys think about Will and Mike? You know, a lot of people talking about Will, and you know, this question brought it up a little bit. Will just needs a haircut, and then he can probably riz Mike.
Oh no!
You know,
that's hilarious.
I mean, look, if we'll get the fresh cut and he just comes in like this and he's ready to go, like, you don't know, like, you know, get a little, you know, get his game.
You gotta get rid of the bowl cut for real.
Yeah, you gotta get.
That ain't working out, man.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Or you can grow his hair like me, do an Eddie thing.
Oh yeah,
right. The chicks dig in the 80s.
Nah, too bad.
Right?
Too bad. Will wasn't, you know, influenced by Eddie as much as Dustin and
oh my god,
Mike were, because
I even noticed they started to grow their hair out too. I don't know if that was on purpose.
No, I didn't even
like,
pick that up. No.
What do you mean?
No, because like even Mike, like his hair, he started to grow his hair out a lot longer too.
Oh, did he?
Very similar to Eddie's, yeah. So I was wondering, I noticed in the reactions, like, wait a minute, I wonder if that was on purpose or just like coincidence. And then some other people, like on TikTok and Twitter and stuff, pointed out the same thing too. You're like, yo, Eddie's influence on the kids. And I was like, oh shit, I'm not the only one. So
yeah, no.
His hair was a lot like.
Didn't think about that.
Oh man, I just realized my wife just texted me. My mic is like deep.
No, yeah,
like my voice is
I wasn't
low.
sure if you were like, I haven't talked to you.
Y'all gonna let me go 18 minutes like
no,
this?
bro, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't talked to you in so long. I'm like, maybe he's sick, but his voice.
No, I'm not.
He's over here talking like one of those radio hosts. Like,
I thought he's just dropping the smooth bass on us.
Yeah, I thought he was like one of those radio hosts. Like.
Oh my god, I knew that was gonna happen. I'll be sorry.
Oh man.
Oh man. But yeah, I don't know where that's going to go.
Yeah.
Because they've I hate getting into this shit just because like.
Yeah,
there's always that group of people that take it way too seriously, like especially
I wasn't sure
the CW side of things, man. Like I've always tried to stay away from those conversations, but I mean, like we pretty much know, at least cemented where Mike's focus is.
Yeah, and that's the
Which-
thing. That's what I think. But then I was seeing some comments. I was on TikTok, and there's people that think that he doesn't actually care for Elle, and he does care for Mike. And I mean, for Will, but I don't. I've never picked that up at all. Like we all have
Not like
homies,
that
So
way, yeah.
yeah, like that. So I was asking. There was someone on TikTok, and they were saying something, and I just wrote as a response like, oh, like how do you believe that? Like I genuinely wanted to understand more, and they were just like, oh, do you not see it? I'm
And
like,
that's-
no,
I'm
that's
sorry,
why I'm asking.
I didn't get to hear what you said. Is my voice better now?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, a lot.
yeah.
a lot.
Okay, thanks.
That's about more
There
status
goes
quo.
the bass.
Thank the gods. Okay. No, what was the thing? What was the thing you were talking about? Because I have to unplug my
So-
my device.
We were talking about the whole Mike and Will thing, and talking about how some people feel as though it's leaning one way, and other people feel like it's leaning another way. I was saying personally, Mike, I don't see him. I just didn't think he felt the same way. Mike,
Reciprocating those feelings.
yeah.
Oh no! Oh, I think it's kind of clear though, in my opinion, concerning.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But there's people like that I was seeing that don't
Well,
see it that way,
you-
and I
you
wanted
know-
to
There's
understand.
always
There's
always
shipping
that.
culture. Shipping culture.
Yeah.
There's always people that's gonna find like literally, man. Like I've seen so many things. Just like 2 scenes, like people just had one interaction with each other.
Yes.
Like, oh my god, they're in love with each other. Look at how they look. Look at how their eyes twitched
Yeah.
against. Like,
See,
I
here's
want
the thing. Like, Juan makes a good point here. I was like, that's what I kind of want.
That-
like,
yeah.
I think we see
Yeah,
that
we're gonna
too.
have
One
to
of the
move on.
reasons he's crying in that truck to me, like when they're going down the highway and he's confessing, essentially using 11 as a shield,
Yeah.
Mhm.
is because he knows that. And I think one of the reasons isn't he's like crying about himself. He's crying about this moment because he knows that it's not requited in that way.
Yeah.
That's how I read the scene.
Nice.
Is like
Me
it's
too.
him confessing, he's him knowing the truth of the situation, and that if he truly does love Mike, he's got to let Mike be Mike, just like he's got to learn to be himself.
Mm.
And I'm just hoping that because there's always the barrier gaze trope that they have to dance around. That is like
Yeah.
if they do commit to like really going a direction with this in season 5 with focusing a lot of the story on Will, they better not touch that kid. He needs a happy ending,
Exactly.
or I'm going to find the duffers and beat them
Yeah,
up.
you're talking about Will.
Yeah,
They
man.
did Will
Yeah.
so dirty this season.
Not even-
I don't
man.
know.
They did Will dirty ever since season 1. After
Not
his
for real.
purpose was done, it was like, okay, guys, what do we do with Will now? What do
Nah,
we
yeah,
freaking do?
I saw a
He's a
poster
freaking
today.
mind flayer detector. That's what he is. That's
I
just all
saw-
he is.
I saw
Plus,
a
Mike's
poster
kind of
today.
a potato. He can do better.
No, yeah.
Mike could do a lot better too.
I saw a poster today, and I don't know if it was legit or not, but it was like half of Vecna's face, half of Will's face, and it kind of scared me. I don't know. I don't know if it was legit, but it looked like it was posted by the official
I've seen a
Stranger
bunch of
Things.
different like Will Vecna hybrid.
Nah,
edit
yeah, that scared me a
for
little.
posters.
Bit.
and
Why is
stuff.
that a thing? Why?
I don't know, but
I
it looked
don't
like it
know.
was posted by the original, like the Stranger Things account. So I don't know
So
what they're
this
talking
is a
about.
random thing though. Yeah, I think 2 days ago was the first time I've seen the Duffer Bros like visually. I've never seen them before. This is just a random thought.
How do you
But-
feel about the Death Note thing?
The who? Oh,
They're
the
making
Death.
a Death Note series?
Man. We don't have time for that conversation.
No.
Like, I feel like, but
If they give it the same love and care, and if they are actually fans, like they are they've hinted at,
I don't
maybe.
I don't think so, man.
Like as long as they do it exactly like they did Cowboys.
Because they
Bebop,
said they've
not
been
blind.
eyeing this. They before it was revealed what they were working on. They said they've been eyeing an existing IP they've been wanting to do for a long time. So
That'd be cool.
I just don't.
I
Think, I just don't think anime
It just
adaptations
can't be-
will ever be good. And I really liked Cowboy Bebop live action. Personally, I liked it. Right,
shit.
I
And
enjoyed it.
I liked it, and I was a huge fan of the anime. But like, and so were the producers, so were the actors, so were like everyone that worked on it. Watched the episodes like every day on set. Like there were people who were really going in on it, but people didn't reciprocate it that way. So
First off, I want to say thank you to Shannon. We got a question that I got to answer. Maybe it's just me, but should Netflix consider? Thank you. Yep, thank you. Maybe it's just me, but should Netflix consider putting the series finale of Stranger Things in theaters? With a bad movie like Jurassic World breaking 800 million, surely Stranger Things would beat that. I enjoy all three of your channels. Thanks.
Oh my
I
lord.
really appreciate you. First off, I do want to say that. Thank you so much. And honestly, yeah, with I understand your point with Jurassic World. I do want
Well,
to. I do want to.
they were going to. Like, did you see that?
I didn't.
That was the plan, but they didn't have the to put the final 2 episodes in theaters, but they weren't
That
they
would
were
work.
actually still working on the episodes, so they weren't able to do that.
See, you know, I wouldn't. What if they dropped them like a night before? You know how they do like little world premieres in certain areas. You know, they can make some money,
Mhm.
but then still drop it the next day just to test it out for future Netflix.
Well, I mean,
Projects.
what they could do is because over by me in New York, we have the Paris Theater, and Netflix owns the Paris Theater. And I saw one screener. I saw Don't Look Up at the Paris Theater, which is an interesting experience seeing a Netflix movie in the theater. But like they literally only just play Netflix movies at that theater.
Yeah, the
Really?
Gray Man is getting a limited release.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. That's going legit, in the 15th, right? That's going to theaters. The Gray Man.
Yep. Yeah, this weekend.
Shoot.
He's like, I guess so.
No.
I doubt it
I
here
have to
for me,
review
though.
it. I forgot it was coming up.
Well, you're welcome.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Yeah, over here I don't know what they do. I haven't really seen things like that down in Massachusetts. I've only seen like maybe in Boston. I should check that out, but yeah, I've never seen Netflix.
They have a
Netflix
few
things
locations, like
yeah.
exclusive locations that they only show Netflix stuff, which is
Nah,
really, I
definitely
think,
look
an awesome move for sure.
Nah, yeah, for sure. But yeah,
I would have definitely loved to have seen it in theaters. That would have been nuts.
a different experience. Yeah, I mean, Stranger Things is like, imagine seeing that Max scene from episode 4, but on a big IMAX screen.
IMAX, forget about it. That'd be insane.
That would be absolutely nuts. Just running up that hill, like shaking your chair with how loud it is.
So running up that whole entire. If the whole first of all, that would be an expensive show. If everything was filmed in IMAX, like if every episode was filmed in IMAX, that'd be too much money.
Yeah,
like a lot of money, but it would be worth it. Especially if they only did select episodes, like you said, like the last 2 episodes in like one big thing with an intermission. Like, give us an intermission and give us like an IMAX filmed episode. That'd be awesome. I love it.
I was hearing that they were doing that in certain locations for Kenobi. I'm not sure if that's correct, but that they were going to be dropping the 6 episodes on that. I'm not sure if that's correct, but if they can do it with that, I mean, I know it's 2 different Disney, Netflix. I feel like if they can make that work, I mean, why not?
I know they did Miss Marvel the first 2 episodes in certain theaters in Pakistan. So they did that, but it's pretty much
like with Doctor Who and stuff, they've premiered specials and stuff in theaters a few times. I've seen a bunch of them in theaters.
Well, I've done stuff you guys haven't done. Guess what I've seen in the theaters?
Oh gosh, what?
I saw Inhumans in the theater.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I remember that.
I remember seeing that.
That was an option, man. And I was like, I'm good.
I saw the ad and I was like, I thought that was the coolest thing. I was like, I need to see it. But then
it was
after
cool, but then when I left the theater, I was just depressed. I was just like, damn.
Because that was a whole like gimmick they tried to pull before it actually was on TV.
I remember seeing them drop when the show came out. I was so happy that they were doing Inhumans, and I watched it all, but I mean, oh man, Inhumans. I don't even want to talk about it. It's hitting a nerve.
I tried to justify my ticket purchase too. Like I was like on the way home, and I was like, that was worth the $20, right? Like, yeah. No, you didn't waste your money. Like that hair, Medusa's hair was cool. Like, yeah.
Till they shaved it off, man.
Man, all
right. Back to the happy things. Back to Stranger Things.
The happy
right?
things.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of.
Oh, that is amazing. Yes.
Dude, I don't even think I could find it now if I tried to look.
Only at Target.
I made a poor decision.
Oh God, how much?
And paid a visit to eBay.
Oh,
shoot. How much? If you don't mind sharing.
I think this one was like $80. I got like I found somebody really lowballing everybody else because I think the average was 100 plus.
No, I would probably do that over.
Like,
there was a Friends one I saw with Monica with a turkey over her head, which was like $70. I was like, nope.
Yeah, man, dude. Yeah. Sad story though. Like, while I was still watching season 3, because remember, I only caught up on this entire show
Like
2 weeks
recently.
before
Yeah.
it dropped. So I went straight from 3 into this, and I was
Sorry,
starting
what a grind, by the way.
No, I saw that. That's dope. That you
Yeah.
finished right beforehand.
February to June.
What a freaking
Okay.
grind, bro.
I did 2 a week.
Nah, bro. That's what 24 episodes.
It's a number. It's
Yeah.
around that.
I hope someone screenshotted that because that was perfect face.
But anyway, sorry, I got off on a tangent trying to think about that. When we were at Target, and they had the display up of just a whole end cap of Stranger Things stuff, and I was like, oh, I haven't seen that look for Dustin, and then I was like, who the hell is Eddie? And I was like, and then once I realized I don't know who these characters are, I was like, no. I was like, I did the whole like I can't look at it, spoilers, and ducked away. But yeah, they had a whole row of Eddies, and now I'm just like, man, I wish I could have just known and bought all these up.
Some people are just quick with it though. Some people like, I don't know what it is. If the minute they get a release, they don't even care. They just buy all of them with the hopes that people would really want it. And then when it's like rare, they're like, guess what I got? And like go milk sell it, and it's crazy.
Then again, I would feel bad if I did that because I get vehemently upset if I think about the PS5 situation.
I would
See, I don't even want to talk
never,
about that.
Yeah,
I still haven't gotten a PS5. That's so frustrating to me.
Dude, it's been what, 2 years now?
Yeah, it's gonna be 2 years in November.
I
It's
literally
crazy.
got my PS4 because I remember when they had a red light issue the first time they issued the first batch, and I think it was maybe like 6 months later after the release date, I was able to grab one. Like I had the money and I was able to get one when it first released. But like now, it's like, come on, I still can't even manage to get one. So
no, yeah, it's been annoying for me as well. I mean, I literally, what is it called? I was able to get a PlayStation 4 when it dropped, but now with this, my friend was able to get the new Xbox without a problem in like 3 days.
Yeah, the Xboxes are no issue right now.
But with this, it's just a whole different story.
It's ridiculous.
It's because the demand for them isn't as strong. Because I think a lot of that, at least personally, has to do with the fact that a lot of Xbox releases they're not exclusively on
Forza.
Xbox anymore.
Forza.
You can get all their stuff on PC.
Yeah, I play 90% of it. I have like the whole Game Pass like thing. That's all I do.
Since you still have that up, and I assume all three of us have seen Jurassic World at this point.
Yeah,
I have not actually.
No,
not yet.
You
I have
haven't
not
even,
yet.
and you a reviewer of all things.
So here's the thing.
I know.
So the thing it's funny. So they actually sent me that one too, and I was trying because I'd never actually even seen any Jurassic Park movie outside of the first one.
Okay, I was about to like throw my desk
I seen
all
the first
way upstate.
I've seen the first one, and I didn't see the rest. So I was trying to catch up, and the timing didn't work out.
That's
so
fair.
Here we are.
No,
Just don't stop.
Just don't. No, I still haven't even seen Morbius yet, and I just meme it just because I still haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it.
Then
either.
I won't say what I was going to say. Then
I know what.
No, I'll take off my headphones. I don't want to stop the stream.
I know what people are.
Give me a thumbs up when you're done.
Crazy. Wait, what are we doing?
Oh, okay. You've seen it though, right?
Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So anybody who hasn't seen it, minor spoiler. It doesn't matter in the long
run. We'll put
run.
our thumb up when we're done.
So, yeah, when we got the promise of the upside down bleeding into our world at the end, I cut this joke because I was like, it might be too soon. Jurassic World just came out this weekend. So I cut it out of my review, and I was like, I swear to God, if we're going into this and we're hyping up all the upside downs coming, this war between everything, it's going to be chaos on land, and it's like, and it's just locusts, I'm going to be so fucking mad. It's like, you promised me a movie about dinosaurs
that was
taking over the planet,
worst,
and your
bro.
story is not about dinosaurs taking over the planet.
I was so mad that we didn't focus on that. Like some of the shots with these dinosaurs, on like the Empire State or on these, like, just wandering the cities or whatever. I thought those were so cool.
Those were
but
the
for
best
that
shots,
to just
and
be
the movie's just not about it.
But for it to be a small little portion,
anyway,
that irritated me. Anyways,
oh,
this man was emoting while he was waiting for us.
Okay. Actually, this question goes back to where I was kind of going with that Mike and Will comment before we kind of got veered off course.
Okay.
Because like we were talking about, or I had mentioned, like, they have to tiptoe around the whole like bury your gays trope. Like if they're going to kill somebody, they've pretty hardcore committed, in my opinion, to Mike and 11.
Yeah.
And where does that leave Will? I was like, if they can't, I don't want them to kill Will. How do you solve this solution? You kill Mike. You just kill Mike.
No.
A lot of people wouldn't mind that. I'm hearing some people talking about their opinions on Mike.
I don't want them
and
to
it's
kill
crazy,
Mike.
bro. It's crazy to hear how people aren't like a huge fan of him.
Honestly,
like,
I
wow.
don't. The Stranger Things fan base is some of the most like bandwagon fan base I've ever seen in my life. Because so many like certain fan bases, like no matter what you say, they will defend it to their core. And I could disagree with them, but I'll respect it because they stand with it. Stranger Things, everybody loved 11, everybody loved Max, and then on Twitter, I'm seeing people like, "Oh, Max has done her time. Get her out of here." Oh, I don't like Millie anymore, and everybody's attacking Millie. And then I don't know if you guys heard what happened to what's his name, Joseph Quinn, who played I think it's Joseph Quinn, who played Eddie. I don't know if you guys heard what happened at that convention with him.
Oh yeah, the guests were like yelling at him and shit, right?
Yeah, he was getting harassed.
No, that was the workers.
Somebody was harassing him. I don't know.
It was the people. From what I was reading, it was the people running the convention. It was the staff were yelling at him because
they were saying he's taking too much time because they oversold.
They oversold, and he stayed past the booked time to make sure everybody in line got
the fans. Okay, so it wasn't the fan. Okay, so I retract my statement.
The fans actually apologized. They actually I saw he was there. Like he was over here tearing up because he was like saying, they were saying, "Oh yeah, we were sorry that you were treated that way."
I saw that video. Yeah,
which is awful. I mean, it's just I understand them wanting to make sure everything works in a good and they want it done. But
well, this is why you got to confirm information because I heard that it was the fans that were harassing him.
Oh yeah,
I had to go digging through about it because I was like, I'm seeing the clip get passed around, but I couldn't find the situation, and it took me a little while to dig it up.
Well, thanks for confirming that.
When I got to go to New York Comic Con for of course I wanted to take a picture with Hayden Christensen, but that was the longest line I've ever been in, but it was totally worth it, even if I did only see him for 5 seconds, 10 seconds. It was still amazing. But I understand things getting extremely backed up.
It's 10 years for you, buddy.
There's
no such thing as 10 seconds.
It felt like forever. It felt like forever. But I was happy because I made him laugh. That was probably the best thing that I've ever experienced. Because I said on 3, I wanted him to say younglings instead of cheese. And when I said, say younglings, we said younglings, and the man laughed, and we had to take it again. So
that's hilarious.
Definitely one of the highlights for me.
Dude, your great grandkids gonna be talking about it. My great granddad and me, and Christensen laugh.
Nah, for sure. Are you guys going to any cons or anything?
I might be hitting up New York Comic Con if they give me the press stuff. If not, I'm not going.
I already got my professional badge for New York.
You got it already?
New York. Yeah, ended up
getting that. I might be going to hear back or at least I saw it earlier today. I've been thinking about maybe hitting up Galaxy Con in Columbus. And I got a bunch of
me
got a bunch of peeps.
Is that
showing up at that one? I don't know. Never been.
You don't know where it is?
You said it's Colorado? Did
I
hear that correctly? Oh, Ohio. Okay.
Ohio.
Okay. Yeah, Columbus.
Okay. Oh, Columbus, Ohio.
I don't know. I could have said something else wrong. But
I probably heard you wrong. I'm
it's
3 hours of sleep.
4.5 hour drive ish.
Oh wow,
so it's not too bad.
You're not that far from New York Comic Con, right, Matthew?
That's my hood.
Yeah,
here.
Because I know the professional badge wasn't that much, for sure. Like
I've been going with press badges for like the past 2-3 years, but
I wasn't able to snag one.
I remember we had that conversation.
Yeah, about last year.
Which is insane.
Yeah, then I did it again this year too. They didn't hit me up.
They didn't. Well, sometimes they take a while to hit you up. Like sometimes they might hit you up
Now they
Like-
sent me an email back and they were
Oh,
like,
this is an email saying no?
yeah, we're not able to offer this, but we're able to offer you a professional badge.
How?
So
I don't understand. Like,
I know.
I don't get it with them.
Yeah, I
It's
tried
so
to
weird
I
sometimes.
tried to like sign up on both of my things because of course I got the TikTok,
Yeah,
which
of
is almost at
course.
100K, and then I got
Yeah.
the YouTube, of course. So I thought that'd be enough. But I'm
I
cool
mean,
with the professional. if I'm
Honestly,
being
man,
honest.
the professional one with like with the TikTok following you have, it's probably a better option if I'm being
Nah, yeah.
honest with you. Because like the press ones are cool. We got a nice little room to chill in.
A
'Cause
little
there's never
lounge.
anywhere to a little place to little hang out because there's not any seats anywhere.
Nah, yeah.
But like other than that, we're there to work. No, we're there to work. Like 90% of the time, like I have to set aside like 2 of the 3 days just to work, and maybe if I'm lucky, one of those days I can probably like actually enjoy it. But it's just like planning and like just work.
Nah, I had fun, bro. Either way, I was just
I'm
recording
trying to
some.
say,
With this, it's
dude.
gonna be a lot different because now that I prioritize TikTok a little bit, I can just film like a 10-second
Yeah.
clip and be done.
That's what I'm trying to
You
say.
know?
Like you're gonna have a great time, dude. Like honestly,
Nah,
I
for
feel like you
sure.
ended up with a better end of the stick, dude. Because that sounds like a really fun experience.
All right, so how do you guys feel about Babysitter Steve? Or
It is
Parent
life.
Steve? People are
It
calling
is
him.
life.
Yeah, they're calling him a mom, a dad.
Well, like
everything.
I didn't think about this or put it together until I saw like this meme somebody had made, like the dream like he describes to Nancy. He's already got 6 kids. He's already got the 6
Nah,
kids.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was like, that's such an odd number to pull out of nowhere. I was like, I dream of 6 kids, and he's been toting around 6 kids for like 4
They've been
seasons.
preparing for it, yeah. See, I'm not usually one for ships, but like that's usually nothing I really care about, like, you know. But how do you guys feel about like the Steve and Jonathan and Nancy thing?
All right,
feel like
I
people are
got
just
words.
smoking it at this point.
I got words. So
Oh, I'm ready.
Let me pace myself. So I got a lot of like pushback in the comments because of my comments, but that's okay. Because it's opinion. But like for me, I feel like this whole Nancy Steve thing needs to just die. Like it just needs to go away. Like if Nancy decides to break up with Jonathan and she decides to focus on her, cool. That might be the better option. If she decides to mend her relationship with Jonathan, even better. I'm for that stuff, right? But in my opinion, like Steve needs to find somebody else. I feel like Nancy, and I said this in my review, like Nancy was important for his story and she was important for his development as a person. And sometimes people come in your life for that reason in reality, right? They might help you realize things. Like he said, perfectly said in the episode, like gave me the thump on the head, right? Like, so she was very important for that. There's no denying that. But Steve needs to meet somebody else. Like he needs to move on and be happy with someone else. Take the lessons he's learned about life from this and apply it to somebody else.
See, that's what I would hope that they'll
Agreed.
introduce someone in season 5. I know they said something about I think I read somewhere where they said they're not going to be adding like any more new characters, which I don't know if that's necessarily true. But if
that's what they said.
If they did introduce like a love interest for Steve, I wouldn't mind that. But at the same time, we know Jonathan and Nancy are going to go through some craziness next season due to him continuing to lie about the whole college thing. We saw that he ended up with like keeping information from Nancy at the end of the season. So they're
worried about they don't want to shake the bridge. They're just lying to keep the peace.
Well, the thing is,
he
from each other.
I don't know. I don't think Jonathan technically lied. He didn't. I don't think he
has
lie.
his letter.
Yeah, he has the letter. She's like, "Oh, did you get your letter back from the college?" And he said, "No, just straight up."
No, that's not a lie. It's not the college she's talking about.
I thought it was because they were planning on going to the college together.
Yeah, you're technically right. He did not get a letter
from
that college because he didn't.
Oh, so he found a loophole. You know, the Nancy's not gonna be like, "Oh, okay, you got me there." You know, she ain't being like that.
That's still a bad. That's still a no-no.
No, it's a no-no, but it's not technically a lie. I mean, it is withholding information for sure.
You think that's gonna hold up when she's like, "Oh, why'd you lie to me about this?" And
they're gonna say, "Oh, technically." She's
I
mean, but me though, I'm like the technical person. I would have been like, "Well, technically, it's not."
I get that, but I know I can't see the person you're arguing with that with.
I could
just
be
like,
now,
no.
As a married man, that's not gonna work.
No, yeah, for sure.
Like in my marriage. That's not
mercenaries got it. Lie by omission.
Yeah, you think your wife's gonna look at you and be like, "Okay, that's fair. That's fair." You got me there.
I mean, I try to make my points, But like if I'm like in the wrong, like there's no winning that. Like even if what I'm saying has some accuracy to it and is technically correct, I'm still wrong.
I would be more okay with Nancy just staying her course. Because do you like remember like Jonathan's description of like what for whatever reason, like he was like, if I tell her the truth, she'll give up her everything to come be with me. Like that weird kind of idea he's built up in his head that she wouldn't pursue her drive, her ambition, or any of that, and would give it up for her. And then on the flip side of that, Steve's dream is her being like the ideal wife and kids and all that kind of stuff. And it was like that just neither of those feel like Nancy. I feel like if Jonathan told the truth, Nancy'd be like, cool, and she would continue doing what she was going to do, just without Jonathan. And then on the other side, I don't think she would necessarily be okay completely settling down either, though. So I don't feel like either one really works.
To add to that, though, like all jokes aside, I'm all for like honesty, especially within the relationship that you're with. Like I joke around about that. Like the little things I might get technical with my wife, but if it's like serious conversations though, like I'm very like honest and open about it, and that's how I approach my relationship. And I think it's better for relationships, in my opinion. I have to preface that it's my opinion because a lot of people in relationships don't agree with that. But like, I feel like you need to tell the person that you're with everything that's going on in your mind, and because the whole point of a relationship is that you have to work on things together. And if you can't fix a situation together, and you can't find a common ground or a way to help each other out, then you got to go your own way and you got to do your own thing. And all of that just comes with simple honesty, and it comes with being truthful. So yeah, I mean, really and truly, Jonathan, I mean, I don't think that was the right place and time considering everything that kind of happened so fast. But like, I feel like eventually, maybe, hopefully we'll see it in season 5. And maybe he says, hey, look, Nance, like I didn't even apply to your college. And, and just kind of just say it. Even if she responds in a way that you don't think that you'll like it'll be a truthful response. You don't want to hold each other back in life. Life is too short for that.
That's I totally get what you're trying to say there, because there was just so many moments where it's like, honestly, with TV shows like specifically, I'm always like, okay, I don't mind this relationship, I don't mind this, as long as they do it the right way. But like the way Steve and Nancy were, having those moments, while Jonathan's just, in a whole nother state.
I'm gonna rant about that too.
I was like, I'm not here for this. I'm like, if they want to make it happen, do it the right way. But right now, this is just bothering me.
That's literally the exact same thing that I brought up in my reaction as well.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, look, if she wants to move on and go back to Steve, fine. But if he kisses her, like, she can't control that. Like, the most she can do is react.
Okay.
And be like, hey, buddy, what are you doing? Like, that kind of thing. But like, if she's kissing him, like, to me, that's a problem, because I'm like, you didn't even solve your issues with your current boyfriend. And it's like, I know they're still technically teenagers and we can't expect them to be adults, but I mean, like, come on, like, I'm tired of like the same trope that people always write. Like, it's lazy to me. Like when they write something like, oh, the team just likes this person, so I'm gonna kiss him because I love him, and I'm gonna completely ignore my boyfriend in another state. Like no. So I'm with you on that. I was hoping that they didn't do it, and they didn't do it, so I'm happy that they didn't. But like, oh man, if they did, I would have checked out.
This man Steve is trying to make the move. Someone wrote like Steve's trying to make the moves on Nancy while Jonathan's like in California high as a kite.
See,
and that's whack too, in my opinion. By the way,
but we know Steve
I didn't really get the feel that he was making a move. I felt like he was more or less vetting something he's just not expressed.
Well, yeah,
I felt like more of like he was just trying to, unlike Jonathan, vet what he's been kind of bottling up for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I get that too, but I mean,
if you think that
that's not gonna get Nancy to react, a certain way, then I feel like he did it for a reason,
Well, the reason I don't think he did is because he was just like, right after he was like, it was you. He just like didn't let her respond, nothing, just left. Like he just dropped the info and dipped on it.
But that's a tactic too, though.
It can be.
That's a tactic.
This man got a whole book project.
I read that.
I've done that before.
That's what he thought. That's what he wants. But that was him also walking away from it to me.
I mean, I can definitely see that point of view as well. I can see it going either way if I'm being like jokes aside.
I'm fine
I can
either
see
way, but yeah.
No, I can see it
Yeah.
either way. To be honest, it could be perceived as either or.
Because like the whole point was that he's grown up was the kind of the message they were trying to get across, that he's not mad at Nancy, not mad at Jonathan. Like he's not holding any of that back. He was like, I'm an idiot. I fucked up. And sometimes you need to admit that and move on.
That's fair. I do feel like sometimes certain things you just got to take with you to the grave. Like there's no there's no reason to bring up certain things. Like but like I said, that's neither here nor there. It can go. And I feel like it's really up to the audience for us to decide how we want to perceive that or receive that interaction with the two of them.
But I'm 100% whatever they feel like going. I'm not like, I don't think any direction I'm going to be like, oh dang it, if they go a different way with it.
Nah,
yeah. I don't have any strong attachments really. But
speaking of attachments, someone wrote, how do you think Eddie's death will affect Dustin going into season 5? So I was hearing some crazy things like what if Dustin's personality just kind of changes completely, a little kind of like blocked off from everyone else, less of a goofy guy and more of a, I don't know, just maybe he's not processing
carry
things.
it. I think he's going to carry it. This is the first death he's witnessed.
Yeah.
Like in front of him too. Yeah. So they've lost people. People have died around them, but like he's never wanted to hold somebody he's like
hold someone to your arms.
Who's basically like, it was a way to kill Steve without killing Steve. Like they had like a very similar relationship to get that.
Do you think Steve's gonna make it by season 5?
Out of Dustin. I think Steve will survive this whole thing.
Yeah, I think Steve will survive, honestly.
Nah, the whole Eddie thing. What line broke you in that moment the most? Because he had
all of it.
He had a few words that really like what the line that made me like kind of react the most was the I didn't run this time.
Yeah. When it was a question.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you see, Henderson, I didn't run this time, something like that, right?
I didn't run away this time, right?
Yeah, that's what broke me.
And then him saying, I'm finally gonna graduate. I'm like, damn, bro.
It's like, this is my year, Henderson.
This is my year, Henderson. But what I liked about that too is I don't know if you guys heard that some of that conversation was improv.
Really?
The last couple,
I'm hearing there's a lot of scenes in this that like a lot of the scenes people are talking about were improvised. Like the Erica Hell.
Yeah, Erica Hell.
Yeah, oh my god, the passion he put in that line, the delivery there. Oof. The Hopper and Joyce kiss. One of the kisses.
Yeah. First of all, they gotta answer some questions, man. Like, it's either I'm making a joke, but like, it's either like, hey, look, I mean, I gotta do what I gotta do. Is why I know that. Or two, it could have just been like they maybe mutually discuss or agree that might have been good for their characters in that moment, because when the directors allow actors to really have control of their characters, some really cool things can happen. Yeah. So it could be one of those things, or my man was probably like Birdman hands.
Oh, I was watching the after show thing they posted the other day, and Finn was talking about the monologue in the final episode when he was talking to Eleven and confessing and all that stuff. And it was like he said they did like 1 or 2 takes where it was just by the script. And then on the third one, they just told him, do whatever you want or do whatever you feel in the moment or whatever. Just do what you and slap in what you want. And that's where the "you're my superhero" moment came from. That was just him just kind of like pulling that out. Like, and I'm just wondering, is that something that like seeing that's how the Duffers let them do stuff? I'm just wondering like how many times they're like, okay, this is the script, we'll do it, and then run with this third take or whatever. Like how often that's part of the process.
I love when directors, like Scorsese does this a lot too with like De Niro, but like I love when directors leave room for actors, especially when an actor has a lot of passion in their character. And they really love the character, and they think, because like actors spend sometimes months, like even Austin Butler for Elvis spent like 3 to 4 years just kind of like surrounding himself with Elvis, preparing himself for the role, really trying to become Elvis, right?
So some people spend many years with their characters. So it's like I feel like the person who would know it even better than the one who wrote them are the actors.
Well, that's the thing too. Like especially with something like this, or even Harry Potter as an example. Like they came into this young. They've literally like how much of a chunk of their lives has been just pretending to be this character. Like it's not like they came in, did one movie, and then like a couple years later they maybe decide to make a sequel and bring him back, and then they're like, oh, what do you think this character would do? They've been this character for like 5 years.
Sure. Even like Sylvester Stallone with Rocky, because like my wife just watched it for like the first time. We were just watching the movies, and like Sylvester Stallone with Rocky is like another great example of that. Like here's a character that he has played for like nearly a decade or more, actually more than a decade.
Oh yeah.
And way more than a decade. Well, initially, obviously, it's been like 30 years since the first, 35 years since the first Rocky movie or so. So it's like,
76.
He's played it. Yeah, he's played it for like a long time.
Yeah.
So it's like he really knows that character. Sometimes you become that character.
No, yeah.
So I think it's great that the Duffers allow those moments, because there's certain things for storytelling that they need to keep consistent. But if there's room for playing around, and like these actors have an experience with the characters for so long, it turns out really great, and we get season 4, volume 2.
But yeah, like I think that where you were going with the Joyce Hopper thing, though, like I do kind of like they had to. I hope they talked about that, because
I really hope so.
That's a little odd.
Yeah, it's very odd. Look,
that's a whole different thing.
There's kissing, and then there's kissing. Like they were kissing. Okay, like that was, I don't know, fam.
That wasn't a peck on the cheek.
That wasn't like a movie kiss. Like I was watching Mortal Engines. I know it's a horrible movie, but I like the atmosphere. But Mortal Engines, they had a kiss scene in that movie. And it was literally like they were just pressing their lips on each other, and it was so awkward. It was like, this is not a kiss. Now Joyce and Hopper kissing. So I don't know.
They bumped into a bunch of shit too. So if that wasn't supposed to happen, they really committed.
Yeah.
Good to see how they're invested in their characters.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, are they? Right? Do they need to have a conversation with their spouses right now?
And I was about to say, like, I was about to mention that they're married, so it's like, hey, babe, hey, honey, don't watch this episode. Why? You don't watch this.
No.
It's like this one actor, I keep forgetting who it was, that had to tell his wife not to watch Game of Thrones because of all the new scenes
yeah.
And he was like, yeah, don't watch it. Why? Just don't. You don't want to see your husband like making love with other people on screen. Yeah.
No, yeah. So I want to ask your MVP of the season and the character you hated the most.
Oh god.
For the character I hated the most, Angela's taking that cake.
Angela, Sangela. And she's getting it. And my VIP, just to throw it in real quick, is definitely Max. It has to
MVP?
be Max.
Yeah.
Has to be Max. She ate it up.
Not
like
for
it
sure.
Was free spaghetti. She was going in. like she was going in. She ate up the whole season.
She's slurping up those hive mind noodles.
Right? Like
Nah, yeah, her and I don't know. I enjoyed Eddie, but I think
it comes down to
absolutely.
Yeah,
it.
For me, it definitely comes down to either Eddie or Max.
Nah, yeah.
Just for her to put herself back on the fishing rod again after barely getting out of that was just balls, like huge massive. Like Eddie went down like a hero, but like I don't know, it's so tough.
Sadie
but I gotta go with
fantastic actress.
Oh yeah, have you guys seen Fear Street at all?
Yeah,
I actually haven't seen Fear Street yet,
and I believe it's the second one. She does a hell of a job. Like
I didn't mean to cut your thought, by the way, Omni. My apologies.
I had a thought. I don't even remember what I was talking about.
No, you were in thought, and then we kind of jumped in, so that's my fault.
Someone said they hated Yuri. I didn't like him, but I don't think I disliked them as much as Angela. Angela was just, she was a child, but she was I'm not gonna call a child, but she was an ass, like I mean that's just how
I think she needed like 8 more roller skates to the face.
See, that was the question that I was bringing up.
Still be the thing you were trying to say.
Like
some people are just born demons. Like, it's nothing you can. Some people are just
Nothing you
born
can do.
demons. There's nothing you
That
can
is
do
a-
about it.
And the fact that she expected backup in
Yeah,
that
yeah. When
situation after everything she did. I
the
was
one
like,
thing
nah,
that bothered me
nope.
the most is when the teacher saw that Angela was like clearly bullying 11 and she stepped in and 11 didn't even snitch. She was just like straight up like, "Oh, I tripped." And
Yeah,
the
exactly.
teacher was just not stupid, so she, went up to Angela, and Angela's like, "Oh," she's like, "Yo, tell her, Jane, tell her. Why the hell would she back you up?" That's the thing that was I was trying to ask. Like I don't understand how
I
she
feel
really
like that was
expected
more. I
Jane to
feel like
have her
that was
back.
more like a threat too. Like, you're gonna tell her, right? Because like if you don't tell her, like I'll get you later, like some Cobra Kai, like Karate Kid stuff.
Not
Like,
and then the fact that Will and
I
Mike
read it
just
as like
watched
pure
that entire thing.
disillusion.
Will and
Yeah.
Mike just
Yeah,
sitting there and
yeah.
watching everything happen
bro,
during
well,
that
okay,
roller
Mike,
skate game.
I understand because Mike literally spent the last however long they've been
Thinking they were
apart
homies.
with thinking they were homies. Like she was
Yeah.
just writing all these fake stories about like, hey, I got all these friends. Like I go to parties all the time. Like so, Mike is here. Like, okay, what's going on? Like, what the heck is actually happening? He's trying to process. Will, on the
Yeah.
other hand, was just like just
Nah,
literally
yeah.
standing in the corner. But then my only explanation for that was that Will in his own self still has confidence issues.
He didn't think
that
he
he
was
I
should
going
think
to do
also
anything.
too is at the same time while he's got these feelings for Mike, he's known Mike the longest or whatever. He still kind of also feels like a brother to 11 at this point. Now he was like, "Is this my secret to tell? Do I rat
Oh
her
no,
out
but I mean
in
like
this
like
moment?"
stepping in and helping, bro. You're my sister. People
Well,
on
it
the
did-
sleeves
it
and
Nah,
actually-
pulling
yeah,
back
yeah.
the
See,
hair.
that's literally what I was saying. I was like, there is no way they're not walking up on. Like, I would if I saw one of like not even just a sibling, but if a friend of mine was getting harassed like that, there is no way I'm not intervening. But the fact that they were just sitting there like eating their popcorn or whatever the hell they were doing, just
I was like,
I
man,
was like, no
I'm
way,
so
bro.
I'm so glad she doesn't have her powers right now, because otherwise I wanted her to go like full like
Nah.
Chronicle on her ass.
I thought we were gonna
Right.
have a carry. I thought we were gonna have a carry moment. No bullshit. But I don't know what was going on. But I
I'll
was
tell you
just so
right
surprised.
now.
Bullies, man. I don't
I'm
Nah,
from
yeah.
New York. I'm in New York. Okay. If that's my sister,
That's what
I
I
am
was. That's what I'm
rolling
thinking.
up on you. I'm pulling my hair back, and we're about to go. Even if you jump me, like I'm not going down without a
That's
fight.
literally
like,
what I was thinking. I don't know. I was like, I don't know if it's because we were raised in different areas, but Indiana
No,
and then where
man,
I'm from,
please.
there's no way I was just gonna just like
now
I was just
wouldn't do it,
questioning
though.
that.
Now I wouldn't do it because like my sensei would literally kill me for jumping into a situation for no reason.
Because you're no reason,
But
bro.
like it does
harassing
no
the crap
because
out
there's
of me.
different ways. There's different ways in the classical Japanese bujutsu style, which is what I do. There's different ways to deal with situations without having to resort to violence while getting the same effect of like you can't do this to me. But like if I was like a little bit younger around that age, I'm pulling my hair back. We are fighting. Like I'm protecting my sister. It doesn't
Like you're
matter.
taking out the hoops and everything, right?
Everything. Like, it doesn't matter. The Vaseline, everything. Like somebody got Vaseline. Like only some people will get that joke. Huh?
But yeah, that scene just irritated me. But I was asking the question: did she go too far with the roller skate to the
Hell
forehead?
no, she didn't go
Fuck
far
no.
enough.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was awesome until I saw the amount of blood that was coming out. Because all in all,
Nah,
it's still
but
like
the scratch-
14,
That's
15
nothing,
year olds.
man.
Tis but an actual scratch.
I was
Leave me
11
alone.
and I got my face cracked open. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's
that-
fine.
I
she
fell
needs a taste of life.
I was so glad she had homies though. Like right when when she started getting dragged off and she was getting thrown in the van, I was like, oh my god, what is this going to lead to? And then we see Agent Owens or whatever you want to call him come out the cut and be like, oh hey
That's another
sweetie,
thing,
like, I
like-
got you.
We never ripped back to Owens. Him and
Yeah, that man's still knocked out, bro.
the commander general whatever.
Yeah,
I
season
can't
5 is gonna
remember his
open up with
name.
him getting his ass kicked, probably. Even though I
Like,
heard
what are
season
they gonna
5 is be a
think?
time jump.
Pretty much like what? There's no one around to really corroborate 11's story now. So like, what's happening when the military does show up? He's like, hey, Owens, look, she cracked open Hawkins.
Exactly.
We
Nah,
could have
yeah.
stopped this. And it was like, no,
See, I know the
I
general,
don't know, man.
like
There's
he's
no one
looking
around
at.
to like.
I know the
back it.
general's not like seeing any of the stuff that's happening, so I understand why he's
Oh yeah.
skeptical of her. But it's just aggravating as a viewer knowing that this isn't the case, But
No,
it's
for
like
sure.
it's like, bro, like we're watching this man just like chasing false leads, and it's
I'm kind
frustrating.
of actually mad that they didn't even like wrap that up in a concisive way. I mean, I
Yeah.
hope they kind of deal with that next season. But the last thing we saw was like, I know
I'm
where
sure
they
we'll
are.
deal with it because if it does start bleeding in, they'll have to be involved. So they'll probably be there. What I'm kind of curious about is just like the how we're going to jump right into things, because they did say like next season will be shorter than this one.
No, really?
Because
Did they say that?
yeah, because there's no ramp up, there's no we got to get the characters together or anything like that.
Okay.
So it's just going to be right into the story.
I wonder if the episodes are going to be as long.
They said mostly they'd
Okay.
be about the same as far as length, but there might not be as many episodes.
Now those were some crazy long episodes. I was happy with it, but it was a pain in the ass to edit. I'm going to be completely honest. You know, throwing them all together with a 2.5 hour.
Yeah, I fortunately had some editors to help me out. I found some really cool guys from the community, and they have been very, very helpful. So I was fortunate for that because I have no idea, dude. Honestly, I have no idea how I was going to get through that. I had no idea I was going to get through it. Just sitting there looking at it, I was like, oh.
When part 1 came out, I was in my chair for 20 hours. No
I
bullshit.
believe you. I believe you.
Because I didn't. I started it at 3:00. No, we had Obi-Wan Kenobi. Then I switched to Stranger Things. Then back to Obi-Wan Kenobi. And then I went for like another 4 or 5 episodes for Stranger Things. I've never been in this chair longer than that. But like I was like, oh man, I was dead.
When I did Cobra Kai all in one weekend. That was, I think, the longest I've set.
Yeah,
straight.
you took like some time off.
I remember
of work,
that.
right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you said you took some time off of work for it, right?
Yeah, I took like 5 days off.
Nah, you're invested in it, bro. Because I know Cobra Kai does well on our channel. So and I love interacting with people for that show specifically. I mean, our chat when we did live streamed, I enjoyed that. I mean, we usually have people in it, and Cobra Kai is actually coming out a lot sooner than from before. It's September.
Yeah.
So we definitely got to do a chat for that for sure.
We got a busy rest of the year. We got She-Hulk soon, Andor coming up. We got
House of the Dragon.
We got the Rings of Power coming
Yep.
out.
Mm-hmm.
Cobra Kai, and Bad Batch, Star Wars Bad Batch.
Oh yeah. That's this year.
That's this year. We got the anthologies, the Star Wars anthology series coming out this year too.
Damn, bro.
Yo.
So they got a lot of stuff coming out.
A lot of stuff. Be busy.
What's after She-Hulk? Are they stopping
Marvel?
Are they stopping Marvel and just going to Star Wars?
I think we're supposed to be getting like Black Panther 2 this year.
Yeah, that's in November. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
As far as like shows, I don't
Disney Plus
know.
shows. No, I think that's it for the year.
Wow.
For now, at least. I don't think there's anything.
I think it might be Star Wars for the rest of the year.
Echo's like the next one I can think of, but I don't think that's coming out for some time.
Loki just started production or started filming.
Loki season 2 already started filming.
Yeah.
I saw a little, not like a huge spoiler, but just a little spoiler for that.
We got Agatha Harkness coming out.
Oh yeah.
We got
I'm interested in that. I don't know.
Secret Invasion.
That's gonna be fun.
What if season 2? But whenever that comes out.
Yeah.
I don't think that's this year.
No.
Yeah.
Secret Invasion, I think, is going to be fun. I'm surprised that they're throwing that in a series. I honestly thought that would be interesting.
Well, we'll see what happens at Comic-Con because I personally feel that the next big event will be Secret Wars.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they're definitely going to build up for that. That's going to be some time before we dive into that. I think that we're going to have a couple years of build up before we even start filming that.
Ironheart in December. Is that confirmed that they already filmed Ironheart? Though?
No, they have. We got Ironheart, but no, we're getting. I don't think that's coming out in December.
I don't know, but Ironheart. I gotta fact check that. I don't know if that's.
She's gonna be.
That's accurate.
She's gonna be in Black Panther. I know that, which comes out in November.
Yeah.
But her being in the show dropping in that sounds a little.
But Ironheart dropping this year.
Ironheart.
They would have announced it at Disney Plus Day.
It says the Ironheart will start filming in June 2022.
Yeah.
And her first appearance will be November for Black Panther. But it says this means the series will likely hit streaming late November or sometime December. Okay, this is by Nerdist, which I don't.
That is concerning to me.
If they're filming in June and they're gonna put it up in December? That
There's
seems
no way.
I don't think that's working out.
I'm believing it though, because recently there's been a lot of complaints from
Yeah, I
the
saw that.
subcontractor companies, the VFX companies. The guys saying like Marvel's been like overworking them and underpaying them.
But that's
Remember
just
the initial date
unbelievable,
for
man.
Miss Marvel was also way earlier than when we got it.
Yeah,
That's also.
I'm looking on Marvel's website. They don't have any information on that. But
I feel like
just
we
seems-
would have. I feel like we would have heard something already.
We would have
about
got
that.
we would have got a date at Disney Plus Day though. That's what I'm thinking. Because at Disney Plus Day, they kind of laid out here's what's happening. Here's a trailer for She-Hulk. Because why have a trailer for She-Hulk and not one, or at least a teaser for Ironheart, or at least an announcement for who's even going to be playing Riri?
Yeah.
Well, you said that there's no
we-
announcement for who's going to play.
I
Riri?
know that they cast certain people, but I don't remember seeing an official.
No, they've already
casting for
casted
Riri.
it. Yeah,
When did they do this?
This was like a year ago.
Did
Yeah.
I miss this?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, they've definitely
announced
cast
it.
her.
Yeah, I have They actually there's
wow.
a photo right here. They've already started filming. I see a photo right here.
Oh wow,
Of,
I'm tripping.
Yeah, they. I can send you a picture of what they're doing. I know they've released concept art of who she's supposed to, what her suit's supposed to look like for Black
Have
Panther.
they released concept art for that?
Apparently, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's.
I don't think it's officially,
No. But I
out
could be
there.
totally wrong. Yeah.
but it is
Really?
floating around.
Yeah. So you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like from a T-shirt design or something like that, I think.
Nah, yeah. I mean, so they were doing all that stuff. So that's pretty interesting. I think that's gonna be fun. But yeah. I'm looking forward to
Okay.
that.
I'm seeing. Okay, I have seen this girl before.
Okay.
I've seen this girl before. So okay.
Now I'm looking for Ironheart's a character I've been looking forward to seeing. So I'm really excited.
I love her character in the comic
Nah,
books
yeah.
in general. So.
Yeah, and that I've been talking about this for some time. I'm just really looking forward to seeing how they end up making her story work. And then I think it's not going to be a problem, but I think it's going to be fun, honestly.
But yeah, guys. Unfortunately, I do have to
Nah, that makes sense. Yeah,
slip
cool.
out of the stream.
Nah, thank you for joining us, man.
Thank you for
good talk.
having
Slide,
me, man.
slide yourself out of my DMs.
Slide myself out of it. Okay, I will do that.
Nah, we got to do this again with another show soon, so we'll have to figure it out in the next couple months. But again, nice talking to you, man.
Thanks for having me here, man.
Of course.
Deuces.
Peace
Later,
out.
man.
Or love, peace, and hair grease.
All right. All right. So, you down to talk a little more, or do you want to wrap things up?
We can talk a little bit more.
All right. Yeah. So, guys, do you have any questions since we're still chatting a little bit? For the meantime, we'll come up with something else. So, Eddie, you enjoyed him.
Oh, I love him.
How'd you feel about the Master of Puppets scene?
So good,
That
man.
was awesome. Yeah. I mean,
They well, I obviously found it out after the fact, but the fact that he was actually playing it was insane.
yeah. I heard that it was just the solo. I think that
Yeah,
he
there
didn't
was
play.
a hand double
A
for
hand
the
double.
shot when it zooms in and he's
Okay.
doing the solo. Yeah, he did everything except for the crazy solo point part. But like I think that they have like his rehearsals for the guitar thing that's in full that you can watch it online. Just him and his normal
Yeah. I saw
no
that,
wig and
yeah.
everything, just hanging out. Just
was
that's like
cool.
that was so funny. Like to me about like when he's like really getting into the zone, how he just like his like
Oh, yeah,
eyes
he
roll
was-
back
yeah.
into his head. And he's just like gone.
I couldn't imagine playing the guitar. I don't think I'd be able to physically be able to keep up. My
Yeah.
fingers would just not be able to do so.
I just think thematically it's also a great song too, considering
yeah.
who they're up against.
it was so awesome seeing Dustin and getting all hyped at the end of it, saying, "Yo, that was so metal, dude." Him getting all excited with Eddie about it, and I don't know, their bond was just something else, and I really enjoyed seeing them get all excited together, even if it was for a short period of time. But
Yeah.
again, R.I.P. friggin' Eddie, definitely a character that I'd love to see if that theory is correct about him being, still around.
Weirdly,
But-
I kind of wish that like and it's not even weirdly, it was just like I mean maybe it would have been too on the nose, but if they had when they were blasting the crap out of Vecna had cut off his right hand and he lost his eye, so he actually matched the character
Oh yeah.
from D&D. Yeah, he's missing an eye and his hand.
Do you play D&D?
Oh yeah, every week.
Yeah, see, I'm not as familiar. Yeah, my brother does. I think my brother's actually. Oh no, yesterday. I mean, he does a D&D campaign every week, but I'm like, so I don't know anything about it. So every time I'm hearing like lore and different stuff about it, it's just interesting to me, you know.
That's another thing too, like that early on was like, well, it doesn't 100% sync up like the D&D parallels that the kids make to the creatures or whatever.
Okay.
Like, cause like a lot, Dustin gives like the whole hierarchy scene, which I was like, that's a red herring. Like I felt that the moment that scene came out, I was like, there's no way. And he was like, but Dustin said it, and I was like, no, I'm not.
Nah,
But
see,
like in the
I wasn't
lore,
able to
Vecna
correct any of
is
that.
above. Like in the lore, at least further pulling from Vecna is above the mind flayers and all of that. On the like the tiers of like enemies and stuff like that. But the
So,
only
yeah.
inconsistency there is technically the Demogorgon is a higher entity than the Mind Flayer in D&D, though.
Is he really? Are they
Yeah.
really?
The
That's
Mind
the one
Flayer is
thing
just
that I-
kind of like think of them as like what's a good parallel? The Borg, they just kind of like show up in different universes. They are interdimensional. They just kind of like they come in, take it as their own, and assimilate and move on.
That's it.
Pretty much.
Nah,
like-
see, I'm like I said, I'm super new to this, but the whole idea of Vecna, someone did say this, like who do you think is behind it all? Is it straight up just Vecna? Like,
Oh, yeah.
Do you think? Because I mean,
100%.
we were seeing that there might be someone even more powerful in the Upside Down. I don't know if that's necessarily going to be the case.
No, I think it's
But-
just we're going to see some creatures he's been holding back.
See,
maybe
that's
he
going to be
needed-
fun.
I think it's like either because we still haven't. They brought it up earlier in the season before, but you know the big gaping maw that Nancy mentions and stuff like that, a massive creature, and like all kinds of other stuff. And I mean, we've seen most of every creature they've mentioned fighting in their campaigns has come up, and they fought the Thessal Hydra in one of their campaigns, and it's a multi-headed dragon with a giant where
That's what they have in the painting, right?
Kind of. That looks like just a normal Hydra,
Okay.
because the Thessal Hydra has like a shit ton of heads that all circle a gigantic mouth.
Jesus. That sounds creepy. I want to see that
So-
like thrown into live action.
But I'm pretty sure from what the Duffers have said, it was like I feel like that there's still a few things about Henry that they still have to reveal, but the most about season 5 is going to be what is the Upside Down, is what they're going to be going into.
I'm really.
I think
excited for
it's
that, yeah.
a clean. I think it's just it's just another world. It has its own ecosystem, and he used his powers and turned it into a weapon for himself. And maybe all these creatures we've been fighting all this time aren't really evil or bad, and maybe it could coexist in a way if we removed the problem.
And that's kind of like what I was saying when Vecna first got there. You know, we saw the Demogorgon just going for a stroll. He didn't even notice. So maybe they're feeding
The
off
Mind
of his
Flayer
hate.
is
I don't
just
know.
Nothing.
Yeah.
It-
Now, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how they do.
Because Will
end up
himself
handling
said like that now that he knows who he was feeling, like it makes sense to him, like that whole little scene with him and Mike. So it's not like the I'm pretty sure the way I read that too is like that he's basically saying that like that presence was always Henry now that
Okay.
they know it. So like
Yeah.
I don't think the Mind Flayer has a consciousness of it all. It's just kind of I kind of described it as like it's like the force of this world. So it's like the thing that just binds all of these creatures together, or it's something he forced into them all so that he could puppet everything. So like maybe naturally the shadow doesn't exist in them, but because the Russians were able to pull the shadow out of the creatures. So I was like, what does that mean? I don't know. There's still a lot of questions.
There's
that
a
I
lot
have
of crap
about it.
that they gotta answer for the next season for sure. So this is question/quiz. Okay, if you had the power to at least revive, bring back from the dead from the Stranger Things series, which character would you bring back? Only one character from season
Eddie.
1 through 4. Who? Eddie? Nah,
Just
yeah,
Eddie.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. I definitely would love to see redemption there. I mean,
Justice for Benny, but Eddie.
now Eddie was definitely I felt so I think the one thing that really bothered me about it is when we go back to like just real life, I guess. Just hearing the news reporters talking about
Yeah.
him, like just like even though he sacrificed himself, he
The
went out
thing-
like a
yeah.
villain, and that absolutely that killed me, man. I didn't want to see that. I was really
Well,
hoping
I
that
mean,
they'd
that
find a way to
also
make it work.
paralleled what happened, a few different events that happened during the 80s, which is what
Yeah.
they're calling from, where some people got imprisoned for some shit that
They were
just
responsible
purely
for.
because of this game and this satanic panic stuff. A lot
That's
of stuff
crazy.
a lot of stuff got scapegoated on it, and there's a specific, I can't remember the person's name off the top of my head, but the Duffers were talking about how they wanted Eddie to be their take on that real world person that kind of took a fall for some of this stuff.
Nah, that's crazy, man. One thing
And it's just people not understanding what's going on.
one thing I had a question about was the Duffer Brothers, of course, saying that there's gonna be a big time jump. Do you expect to see any big changes with certain characters?
I don't think. Well, I think they said that before Volume 2 came out, and
Yeah.
they have since said the time jump will not be as significant as they had said.
Oh, okay.
So I think they might have said that to maybe not allude to the ending, because honestly, with the ending and the fact that they're saying we're just jumping right into it, like they said season 4 and season 5 will basically coexist as like a
One.
continuation of one another.
Okay.
So like
Part A and
so
part B.
like based on that, like I can't imagine we're going to actually have a time jump. I
Yeah.
feel like that might have been like a red herring statement they
Okay.
meant to keep us on our toes. Otherwise, I don't understand how we would have a time jump. Like, because that hole is bleeding right now. How do we like jump ahead 3 years and we're not dying or dead?
Yeah, one thing that I was hoping if they do a time jump, one thing I'd love to see is the kids, of course, in real life they are they're adult. A lot of them are like adults now technically, so I'd love to see like in the show like them being able to actually handle themselves like the way Hopper is. Hopper was able to straight up fight a Demogorgon by himself, which I think was
man.
awesome. Him pulling out, I think it was like I was hearing people say it was like Conan the Barbarian's.
Yep,
sword.
it was a replica of the Conan sword, which I
Yes.
didn't catch in the moment.
I didn't.
My dumbass was over here. I was like, He-Man.
I thought it was awesome that he had a sword at all. I mean, this man Hopper was straight up fighting a Demogorgon like just by himself, and I thought that
Hopper
was
is
amazing.
Hands down my favorite character.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, it's
yeah,
not even like a contest.
I would love to see. I would have loved to see Mike or Lucas being after seeing Lucas fighting Jason. This man, that was friggin' amazing.
Like, I want to see the kids be more than just the Scooby-Doo gang a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen, like, the teenagers do that. Like, Nancy, Steve, Jonathan, and all them take a more offensive approach. I'd like the kids to finally be this is the closest we've seen anybody in the group get there with Lucas and Dustin.
That's what I'm saying. Now that they're, like going to be adults, maybe it will be a little easier for them to be able to handle these weapons.
And with the change in tone of the show, they might be more willing to put the kids, especially with what they did to Max, actually put the kids in some harm's way.
I didn't think that they were going to do that. After seeing Max getting away from, in episode 4 after she got away, I was like, okay, she's safe. But to see what happened to her in the finale, I was just
like they're not going to do it again.
I can't believe they did that. I was shocked that they did that. After seeing her, getting her rising up and then seeing her bone snap. Oh my God. I was like, I can't believe they just did that.
Dude, like, I don't know if you actually watched my reaction or whatever. I was like, they can fix it. They can fix that. I've broken an arm. You just put it right back in. And then,
I think I might have seen that. Yeah, I know. I saw your reaction to the Eddie.
You can fix it. You can fix it. Yeah.
I saw your reaction to the Eddie scene because I usually check out. I don't really watch many reactions, but I watch the compilations. Yeah. So when compilations are out there, and I see myself included, I'll sometimes just.
No, you give me the click, not them.
Oh yeah, my fault. Keep that in mind. Not for sure.
But
I usually will watch those, and I know I'll see your reaction to some of these. I saw your reaction to Eddie, and I was like, oh shit, this definitely hit a chord with.
Oh God, yeah. I was not okay.
No, it was definitely a crazy moment.
What was I gonna say?
I'm loving that you're posting reactions on TikTok now too. I love seeing those. Yeah.
Yeah, the finale ones I put up, those popped right the hell off. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's working slowly but
Nah.
surely.
That's what was happening to me as it started working, and I mean now I
Um,
have a little following over there.
But with her, they said that happening has a purpose. So,
Okay.
they clarified she's brain dead. So that's, I mean, that's what I got from the scene, but I know some people didn't pick up on that at all. So, I mean, they made a point in the episode to say that Henry absorbs his victims. He takes all their memories, who they are, and makes himself stronger. And like we even saw him like making shrines out of their
Yeah, we saw that
bodies
with
in his
Freddie and
mindscape. Chrissy
Christy, yeah.
and all
Christy
the
and Freddie.
others.
Yeah.
And then the other jock guy. I can't remember
Yeah, I
his name.
forgot his name, yeah.
But like I mean, she's the only one of them whose body is still alive. So I'm hoping that maybe if he dies, her consciousness will return. But I think it's going to be like a night again. It's another Nightmare on Elm Street reference, which this season was riddled with. Is in 4, Freddy has the same thing going on. There's a moment towards the end where he like reveals, like he takes off his sweater and it's got all the faces of all of his victims.
Oh.
But they get riled up and start fighting against him from inside.
And you were talking about Nightmare on Elm Street. Robert Englund was in the had a little cameo, which I think I saw your reaction to that, which you seemed pretty excited about. That.
Oh yeah, the second he started talking, I was like,
nah, yeah,
hell yeah,
nah, yeah.
I got all of them back here.
I can imagine a lot of horror fans were just like straight up stoked.
Well, especially because the whole season was themed around it too.
Yeah. And did he direct an episode, or am I tripping?
I don't think so.
Oh,
maybe
okay.
that would be cool.
I wasn't sure if that was correct.
And apparently, he had reached out to them
about you see that that's so cool. I love when actors like actually take an interest in being a part of a project.
Because I think
like
they got his audition tape for this season, and they were like, what?"
I think I heard someone saying that he legit like just sent out an audition tape. Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, he did not direct anything.
No, okay, then I'm hearing things. Yeah. You said okay, someone else wrote okay, another quiz question. If Vecna, aka Henry, aka One, is making you pick who would have to die and you would have to live, the two people are Steve and Dustin. So I guess you have to choose which one you would have to die. No one. I don't want to live in this world.
Take me.
But
that's not the question. We can't pick ourselves in this, I'm guessing.
Trick answer, I will choose Henry. I'll take him out.
I have to go the high road and say I would have Steve continue to be the good dad and let his children live.
Ah, man. See, that's
hard. That's hard. It's hard, man, but like
because we look at Steve like he's so much older than them, but the truth is this man maybe got like 3 or 4 years on him.
He's only a year out of
he just graduated, so 18, 19. Yeah, so this man's he's not like a very much older because he graduated maybe a couple months prior to season
yeah, because season 3 was the summer after he graduated because he's trying to figure out where he's going.
And season 4 is right after that, isn't that? Because it's
6 months.
Year. Oh, 6 months, yeah.
I think they said it was like 6 months after season 3.
Yeah, because the basketball season would have ended around February, I'm assuming. So yeah, I mean that sounds right.
Because season 3 took place over the summer.
Okay.
Because Billy obviously wasn't in school. He was tantalizing all the cougars.
Oh yeah. I mean, Billy, he definitely went out like a champ, but I mean, not a lot of people liked him beforehand, and I don't blame them. The dude was kind of a jackass. But I mean, I'm hearing, yeah, that's what I'm hearing people talking about him,
but yeah,
totally ignoring some of the crap he was saying. And I'm just like, yeah, I mean, yeah, he might have went out doing a good deed,
It's because he's hot, and people were trying to justify it.
I love him as the Red Ranger.
And Dacre's just fantastic.
I love him as the Red Ranger.
Dacre's just great. He plays it so well. And it means a lot to Max So I think a lot of people are projecting through Max and
Yeah.
her kind of her own pain or guilt,
Yeah.
which
Are you
she
salty that
backtracked on in the end when she was like talking about how she actually felt.
Yeah, I did like this season did focus around like that PTSD or her guilt of it all, survivor's guilt, if you will.
Yeah.
They did a really great job with that. And you know, the moment that really threw me off was when she was trying to talk to Vecna and she was, you know, being completely honest, saying that there was days where she would lie up at night wishing that something happened to Billy. And then we see that moment where Vecna kind of goes into her head and makes her believe Lucas is saying straight up, like, "Oh, is that really how you think?" You would have to
Yeah.
be sick, like only a sick person would have these thoughts. Just to see her reaction to that,
Mhm.
you know, thinking that it's actually him. I felt so broken. I was like, there's no way that this man would actually say that. But to see
Yeah.
her, you know, the acting by Sadie Sink, the you know, her being like, no, don't listen. He was like, oh, have you ever had those thoughts about me? And
Yeah.
oh man, it was just crazy to see all that happen. But it just shows Vecna's willing to do whatever it takes to mess with these people's minds, and it's absolutely nuts. But it just shows how crazy he is. But yeah, I mean, you have anything else you wanna add for the
Hmm.
anything else you wanna talk about?
What would your song be?
Oh shit, that's hard because I love music, but like my music it really changes. Whatever, if I'm listening to something, I like this song, so I'm gonna have that
I've
on repeat.
I've been thinking about it for a while.
What
I'm
what
just
what
like,
would yours be?
I don't know. It's
You don't
just
know?
so hard.
See,
I
that's the
can name
thing.
a few that could probably do it,
Yeah,
but they're also wildly different. I was like, what really
that's what I'm
counts?
saying.
Is it one you can really give yourself to, or
I'm gonna go to
because
my
for me, I don't
Spotify
know if I
list and I have to
feel
look at my songs.
because there's a couple songs I'll just if it comes on, I will just jam. But I don't know if I'm just like,
Yeah,
does it have
I
to be
don't
a
know.
favorite song? Because I'm too picky for that. So
See that I don't know if I could a favorite
for the
song. I don't know
rules
if that
here.
would work out, but there are a crap ton of mute songs that I definitely would love to hear. But when it
Hmm.
comes down to a favorite song, I don't think I have one, honestly, because there's so much music that I just have piled up together that you would never think belong in the same playlist. But
Oh
it's just
yeah,
how it works. Yeah, I mean, I really don't have one because yeah, that's really hard to answer. I don't think I can do that.
you had less to choose from back then. Technically,
Yeah,
we'll give
and
it
she's
that.
over here listening to Kate Bush,
Barbie girl.
which is a great
Somebody
yeah,
in
Barbie
chat
girl.
said Barbie girl.
Man, I'm
Hell
sure
yeah.
that there's a lot of different edits of her you know, coming back to a song that just is out of this world, like Barbie girl. So
Oh, this comes back to something I was going to say earlier. It was going back to theories.
okay.
I saw this on TikTok. This one about Will and how he got through season 1 unscathed. Because we didn't know at the time or anything like that, but remember how prominent the jukebox was with the music that
Yeah,
Jonathan would
should
give
I
him?
say or should
Should
I
I
go?
go? He was
Yeah.
anytime he was ever talking to anybody, and anytime we saw him in the Upside Down, he was always singing to himself.
Yeah. Oh, see,
And he didn't have it
I
to listen to, but
uh,
unconsciously was he defending himself
while humming the
conveniently? Like
noise.
he couldn't get mind like whammied because he was always singing his an important tune.
See, it was cool. It's cool that they go back to things like that because also with the whole light
And I'm
situation,
wondering if that was maybe
you
the
know.
inspiration for the music idea to drop into this now that I'm thinking about it. Like
Yeah,
maybe they
see,
could
I
have
want
went
to
that
believe
direction.
I want to believe that they've had it planned since the beginning, but Lord knows that, you know, after the little hiccups, I
Well,
don't know.
I would say like maybe they went back and see, well, how could we bring this
Yeah,
back? Right, so that it looks like we did. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about it because they also there's people who've been pointing out some very clock chimey sounds that play
that
during
play. Oh
certain
yeah,
upside down events.
when Will
And
first got taken, I'm pretty sure you can hear a like a bell, like a clock in the background.
when Billy wrecks his car, there's one too.
And when we see Billy talking in season 3, that's supposed to be Vecna apparently, right?
Yep,
See, the little
because it's
things
the
like that are
player.
pretty cool to see.
Because
Yeah.
it's the player and the player's Vecna.
So I want to see why are you getting so dark, Air the Wick? I do want to say this quiz question. Busy and Omni, if you two were in the Upside Down and if Vecna had one of your favorite characters from any show or even your family members, would you let them die or sacrifice yourself? Why are we doing this? This is a little dark, man. I don't know.
I'm sorry. I'm out.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm
I
just
don't-
like, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know how to answer this. Yeah, I don't know how to answer this, bro. Yeah. Next question.
I'll tell you, I self-preservation 100%.
Oh yeah, even if it's a family member, so that's crazy. I wouldn't know how to answer that. It's you gotta say. Oh my god. So yeah, that's evil. Somebody wrote. Yep.
Thus can be replaced.
Said I would dip. Yeah. At least I'll be able to plot my revenge. Something. Well, yeah. I mean, so anyone else? Any other questions before we close off? So, what do you think of Caleb and Sadie's acting this season, especially the final? Both of them absolutely killed it. I
God
mean,
tier.
Sadie Sink. They announced some of the Emmys recent today nominations. I was beyond surprised that I don't think she was announced or she didn't get nominated from what I know.
No.
Zendaya I know did for
But they were
something which
saying, like-
absolutely was deserved, but
Yeah, for Euphoria, right?
that she killed it. I think it was episode 5 where it
But,
was absolutely crazy. Her
I
acting.
know some people were saying like because Volume 2 wasn't out in time for the cutoffs, but I mean Dear Billy got nominated
Yeah.
for an episode, so I'm just like that episode alone.
It had like 14 nominations, I'm pretty sure, in season 4. And
So I'm just like I don't get it.
and the
Because I
episode
think
where her
even
performance
if
was
we're just
amazing.
counting Volume 1, I mean I feel like
Yeah.
there's so much in that would work.
Episode 4 was in volume 1 where her performance was out of this world. So I was surprised that she wasn't, nominated for anything there. Period. I know people were saying that her and Millie Bobby Brown were snubbed, but personally, it was Sadie Sink was the MVP for me. I mean,
Performance-wise, this
yeah,
season,
performance-wise,
sure.
I mean, it was just absolutely.
I'd say like
nuts for me.
her and Noah.
Yeah, the scene of him crying in the van or him talking to Jonathan.
Because I'll say like Caleb, I think like this, he's never really had like a scene to like
Go all
show
out.
off or showcase, and it
It was the
volume
final,
2, like he busted out in that.
Yeah, it was the final episode where he truly showed or showed up, and he definitely had a fantastic season. But he that's like the season where he got. I mean, that's the episode where he got to shine. Max was a little different because she had other moments to do that. Like even in the finale, we had that moment where she's in Lucas's arms and she's saying, "I don't want to die." That moment, of course, being extremely heavy. But the same thing with her in the Upside Down in episode 4. She also gave a fantastic performance with her, with the whole Billy situation, just everything in that episode. She absolutely killed it. So I honestly, if anyone's taking the cake, it's Sadie Sink. She has to. So like even right here, I just searched it up. The biggest snubs and surprises from the 2022 Emmy nominations, and Sadie Sink's, is the thumbnail of the article because it's for me. I'm super surprised about the whole situation, but I'm excited to hear people talk about it. I feel like it's definitely going to be something that people do chat about, and I'm looking forward to hearing their thoughts. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think we're gonna leave it there. Yeah, we've talked for quite some time. I'm really looking forward to having another chat down the road. We have some other shows coming out. You're definitely gonna react to House of the Dragon, right?
Yeah.
So that's
even if I have my hang-ups, I'm still gonna give it a chance.
I'm definitely gonna watch. Well, I mean, are you gonna give Gotham Knights a chance?
Yes.
So if you're gonna give that a chance, you got to give House of the Dragon a chance, right?
I think it's just morbid curiosity than anything. I'm not putting it on the channel. I don't know. If it's terrible, I might. Because
Gotham Knights, I think I'm gonna react to it.
I gave
purely for that reason.
Naomi a chance. Like I did record a reaction to it, and I never posted it.
I reacted. I uploaded my reaction to episode 1 for Naomi, and nobody cared to ask for more. And I just
I didn't want more.
I couldn't.
I got a headache.
I didn't get by the first episode.
I couldn't.
And I'm sure the cast put a lot of work into it, but personally, I just could not do it.
Whoever was holding that camera, they were the bane of my existence. Because that shaky cam in every scene was just hurting my brain.
Yeah.
I left that episode with a massive headache the rest of that night. I was like, and plus I just didn't enjoy it. I didn't think any of the characters were likable. I thought the dialogue was crap. So
CW like, yeah.
well, even that's like sub CW to me. Like I was like, what is this?
It was like
PBS? What is this?
CW Seed. What is it? Somebody wrote, would you guys be down with a series? Because they are doing a Stranger Things spinoff. We saw that. Would you guys be down with a series around Susie's family? Because I hear a rumor that that's happening. Personally, as long as they keep, yeah. Well, I mean, they introduced Susie's family, and I'm not gonna lie. When they introduced that, it did feel somewhat like a backdoor pilot. But I don't know how I feel about a whole series surrounded by her family, because I mean, I don't know. It needs to have the the crazy monsters. It's not for me. I don't know.
I just don't see how you. I mean, unless it's like a complete 180 in tone and themes and everything, and it's set in the universe, but it's just a family drama comedy.
Yeah, see, I don't know.
And I was like, but it has nothing supernatural in it at all. It'd be a little weird.
I'm
but it also it wouldn't. How do you inject supernatural into that? Because they also said it's going to be 1000% different than what we've seen before. It's not going to be following any characters that exist. It's not going to be backstories of any of the people in the experiments.
Ron Burgundy said, "How would you feel about a possible Jim Hopper backstory?" Again, it wouldn't include any of the crazy monsters. It'd just be about him, I guess. I don't even know, but I don't know how they would make that work.
What if it's just like a exploration of the Upside Down, like just some rando scientists, exploring the Upside Down?
And have they said that it was going to be a prequel, or I don't think they've said it.
They haven't said anything about it. They said the only thing we know about is they said it's not going to touch on anything they've touched on in the show.
Okay.
It's not going to be. They basically had implied it's not going to be a backstory or a spinoff of following any of the characters.
I didn't see that.
And then they said that they shut down it having anything to do with Brenner's experiments or any of the other subjects of the experiment.
Thank you to Boss Man.
I have no idea what's left.
Yeah.
Like what? But they said like Finn is the only person that actually knows right now.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Someone said The Flash is the last Arrowverse show in the Arrowverse. The Arrowverse is ending and it's going to be a new universe. It's called the Superverse, and Gotham Knights is going to be set in it. I'm not here for that. For them to start off a universe with Batman being dead is just a huge joke to me, and I'm not here for that.
Nope. I mean, especially with a Superman show that has taken off.
Yeah,
you're going to deny that dynamic.
Yeah,
out of the gate. Nah, I'm good.
If Superman and Lois wants to do something and they can be the start of a new universe, then okay, maybe. But I don't know. I can't. Gotham Knights. I'm going to watch the first episode just because. When does that drop?
I don't know actually.
Yeah, I don't even know when that ends up coming out. But...
yeah, if it doesn't hook me on episode 1, I'm not following it.
Yeah, like I like what's his name? The guy that plays Castiel is gonna be in like he's cool, but he's playing Two-Face, I'm pretty sure. Like before he becomes Two-Face. So that's already something I'm curious about, but I don't know, man. There's just so many questions that I have, and I'm nervous. I'm just not really excited for it, honestly. Yeah, it says 2023. All right. Well, yeah, you guys, I appreciate you coming to the stream. Again, we're hopefully going to be doing this for Cobra Kai season 4. I'm looking forward to season 5? Yeah, shit.
Big old V.
Yeah, so we got season 5, and then there's a whole bunch of other shows dropping. So maybe we'll do a live stream. We'll have to figure it out. Again, I appreciate you, Omni, for joining. It's always great having a chat with both you and Matthew. And again, appreciate you guys joining. This has been fun, and I think we're gonna leave it there. I gotta go to bed because I know Miss Marvel. Definitely want to be able to get that done in the morning. Yeah, so we gotta get that done, and so we'll see you guys soon. Someone said at least answer the last quiz question. What question? Was it the crazy one about the family dying? Because I already said I just can't do that, man. Omni answered it. He said he's gone. He's gone. So we got his response for that. But again, thank you guys so much.
No, there was another one. You'd rather be Vecna and plot on having Hawkins turn into the Upside Down, or to be part of the main characters and stopping him? Would you rather be on Team Vecna or Team Protect the World?
Oh, Team Protect the World. I mean, they're the main characters. But then again, if I join in season 5, I don't think I'm gonna have the plot armor that the main cast does. So then again, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to live in Vecna's world anyway. I'll just run away and hope that everybody figures it out.
Honestly, I don't think if you're a part of either one of these teams, I don't think you're gonna make it out in general. unless you're a season 1 cast member, there's no hope that you make it out unscathed. So far, everyone from season 1 seems to be all right, right? But everyone
Yeah.
that's joined after that has gotten something terrible happening to them. I mean, look at Max, look at Bob, look at Eddie. There's no winning here. Even Angela got a roller skate to the face, so there's no winning here. So I'm just gonna let the government handle it, and I'm gonna go take a nap.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, you said, "Oh damn, I missed this entire conversation. I'll have to watch the replay. 3 of my favorite reactors in one conversation. That is always a fun time. And I appreciate it, Reefer Man. There will always be a future live, hopefully. So maybe then. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, again, all of the links, Omni Media's and Matthew's links are down below. So go subscribe to them if you haven't. Seriously. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace out.
Later.